Ever played Banished and thought, why is this game so hard? Welcome to the medieval urban planning. In Banished, every decision can lead to collapse, and honestly, that's not far off from how real medieval towns worked, except with more manure and fewer helpful notifications. Today, we're comparing the survival mechanics of Banished with the brutal brilliance of real medieval urban design. In this episode of Fictional Game Cities versus Reality, we dive into the cold, harsh world of Banished, a city-building survival game where death by starvation is just another Tuesday, and explore how it reflects the realities of medieval European towns. Forget fantasy castles, we're talking smoke, scarcity, social tension, and planning not for beauty, but for staying alive through the winter. Let's explore how survival shaped design and how that still echoes in modern cities. In Banished, your first priority isn't aesthetics, it's not even growth, it's staying alive, shelter, firewood, food, that's it. That exact triage logic drove early town formation. Real medieval towns like Lubeck, Ghent or York weren't laid out for symmetry or grandeur, they grew from necessity. Near rivers for water and trade, near forests for firewood, on hilltops for defense. Design was reactive, not master planned. Roads curved with terrain, homes clustered near food or church. Everything was a negotiation with the environment. Banished, you need foresters, gatherers, blacksmiths, and trading posts to survive, just like real towns relied on local economies. Medieval towns were deeply tied to land. A village might center on a mill, forge or monastery, but they also needed markets, because no one town could do it all. Historical example, the Hanseatic League, a massive medieval trade network across Europe connected towns that specialized in salt, grain, fish, or clothes. Trade routes were lifelines, and town design reflected that. You built near roads or rivers, you defend marketplaces, you taxed everything. In Banished, a single bad winter or a loss of crop can decimate your population. Same in reality. Famine, fire, plague. These weren't rare, they were expected. That shaped urban form. Narrow, winding streets slowed fire spread. Central roads meant shared water and, of course, shared diseases. Cemeteries were often right next to the churches for both spiritual and practical reasons. It also made people kind of obsessed with death, which is why you find skeletons carved into public buildings in Prague. Towns weren't designed for comfort, they were designed to endure loss. In Banished, education boosts productivity. Real towns agreed, but access was unequal. Urban form reflected social class. Noble lived near the castle or church, merchants got the main street, laborers and lepers out by the ditch. Walls weren't just for defense, they enforced hierarchy. Some towns even had separate gates for different classes or curfews for outsiders. Segregation by wealth and work hasn't gone away, it's just got better branding now. In both Banished and Reality, the environment wasn't a backdrop, it was the boss. Flood-prone areas shaped street height, soil quality shaped neighborhood locations, wind direction shaped where you placed tanneries, hint, far away. And nothing got built without serious labor. Thatched roofs, manual. Stone walls, you're digging that quarry yourself. The game nails this. Resource management is brutal because it was brutal.
Pushing.
The game lets you build chapels and schools, which is pretty historically accurate. Religion structured life and space. Churches were central, literally. They dictated feast days, work cycles, and even town layout. Civic institutions were also symbolic. A market square wasn't just for food, it was for proclamations, hangings, weddings, and taxes. Basically, it was your medieval calendar app and Twitter feed all rolled into one. Liking this breakdown of real and fictional urbanism? Subscribe for more deep dives into how games mirror and sometimes distort real city design. As realistic as Banished is, it still standardizes things. Where's the politics? I mean town charters, rivalries, royal decrees. Where's the religion-driven zoning? Where's the feudal control over land? Also, no crime, no corruption, and no superstition-driven riots? That's wishful thinking. Still, the core logic of survival-focused growth is true to history. Modern cities often romanticize medieval ones, charming, walkable, human-scale, but we forgot how hard they were to live in, and how that difficulty shaped every street and structure. Understanding that helps us see why resilience matters more than symmetry, why randomness isn't always bad planning, and why even in games, struggle teaches us how cities actually evolve. Banished may be a game, but is one of the best simulation of survival-driven urbanism out there. Its cities aren't about a style, they're about function, risk, and hard-earned growth. And real medieval towns, they weren't so different. Because sometimes the best designed city is just the one that made it to spring.